Namaste YouTube.
Namaste to all. Welcome to Enoma. We are going to give our reaction to The Garden by Rush. And this is the first time single take, honest reaction. And you know, all of it, the entire music of Rush has been so splendid and has been very vital in the last few days that we have been giving our reactions in our lives. Because it makes more sense now. We look at things in a different way. We interact with people differently. We interact with you people differently. So it is really helping us. What about you?
Yeah, it helps me also. And it is quite inspiring, all these reactions that we have done, 26 of them so far, I think.
Yeah.
And they are all on the same channel, Enoma. I hope you can get to see all of them.
Yeah.
And this is the swan song of Rush, The Garden.
Okay.
It's a Patreon request.
It is a Patreon request, yeah.
One of our first subscribers. And
one of the first Rush fan subscribers, yes.
Yeah, we are very happy to fulfill it. It is a super long reaction, that it means it will be 30 minutes long.
Plus, yeah.
And it has been a great experience so far listening to Rush songs. We've given a lot of long reactions to Rush in the past.
It has been a journey by itself. Yes.
The past 4 weeks we have done mammoth reactions to Rush, and not just as per our standards, but as per everybody's standards on any reaction channel on YouTube.
Yeah.
So we are very happy because Rush warrants respect and love and admiration, because they have done, the songs that we have reacted to are all phenomenal. I can't pick one song that I don't like so far. I'm sure there might be a couple later on, because every band does have one.
The latest one being Bravado, which was splendid.
So good,
it was phenomenal.
It was a masterpiece.
The performance itself was mind-blowing. Both of us loved it. And also there was one thing that I missed saying in the reaction, I remember. What is the reason of those washing machines, if there were washing machines, behind Geddy Lee?
On the screen or on the stage?
On the stage. Didn't you notice it? It was right behind him. The washing machine spinning behind him. Linens being washed. I don't know for what.
There must be some symbolism for the tour or the
could be
album that was at that time when they were in Rio. And somebody will enlighten us, I think, I'm sure.
I hope, those who go for the concerts have been... That's what I was wondering, whether I should be terming them washing machines, but I saw it very clearly.
We have also reacted to the request by the same subscriber just before this, the Headlong Flight.
Headlong Flight, yes.
Wonderful, wonderful, super long reaction. Very, very powerful lyrics.
Yeah.
Great music. I really enjoyed
song,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now we are down to the swan song of Rush, titled The Garden, and we are reacting to the lyrics video, as at times performances from particular channels or platforms may not be allowed to react to. So we've taken the lyrics video from the channel Rush Lyrics on Screen. Thank you for creating such great lyric videos, and if you're watching this reaction, thumbs up to you too.
Yes.
So let's get started. The Garden. And Kirti, I believe you are going to take...
Yeah, I think we have been reading a lot of comments and people want me to talk more, even though I don't make sense all the time. But you want to listen to me, I will try and keep it up.
So for those who have been asking me to allow her to speak more, shut up and things like that. So this reaction is yours.
It's mine.
And hers. I will just play second fiddle for this one. Let's get started. The Garden.
In this one of many possible worlds, all for the best or some bizarre test. It is what it is, and whatever tick away, the cells tick away. The watchmaker keeps to his schemes. The hours tick away, they tick away. The measure of a life is a measure of love and respect. So hard to earn, so easily burned. The measure of a life is a measure of love and respect. So hard to earn, so easily burned. And the fullness of time, a garden to nurture and protect. In the rising descent of the sun, till the stars go spinning, spinning round the night. Oh, it is what it is, and forever. Each moment a memory in flight. The air of life while you breathe. The hours tick away, the cells tick away. The watchmaker has time up his sleeve. The hours tick away, they tick away. The measure of a life is a measure of love and respect. So hard to earn, so easily burned. And the fullness of time, a garden to nurture and protect. The treasure of a life is a measure of love and respect. The way you live, the gifts that you give, and the fullness of time is the only return that you expect. The future disappears into memory, with only a moment between. Forever dwells in that moment. Hope is what remains to be seen. Forever dwells in that moment. Hope is what remains to
Oof, this was a bit emotional for me.
It is, it is. It started with a note, it ended with another note, where I don't know how old is this video. I mean, how old this video has, whenever it was put, I don't know how much time has been passed after this video was put, because it was saying that Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson are 60 and Neil Peart is 61. So I'm not sure what is their current age at the moment. And beginning was a story. Long ago I read a story from another timeline about a character named Candy. He also survived a harrowing series of misadventures and tragedies, then settled on a farm near, can you go back? Farm near
Constantinople.
Okay.
Listening to a philosophical rant, Candid replied, "That is all very well, but now we must tend our garden. I have now arrived at that point in my own story. There is a metaphorical garden in the acts and attitudes of a person's life, and the treasures of that garden are love and respect. I have come to realize that gathering of love and respect from others and for myself being the real test of my life."
Just a test.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, what have you
Yeah.
got to say about it?
You know, it reflects on how we live our lives. Whether it is men, women, anybody, any individual, how we live our lives. This story, to start with, it says itself that garden is the metaphorical or the example, as an example used in this song, in this story, where how we nurture our life, like you have to nurture the garden. And as we all know, gardening may sound very simple, very easy, but every single day you have to take care of your garden, otherwise it will be a jungle. Between a garden and a jungle, there is only one difference, that your garden is neater and the jungle is all over weeds and bushes and everything else is grown. So it doesn't remain as neat as you wanted if you don't put in the hours and you don't put in the time for it. I love the beginning of the song when it says, out of many worlds, this world that we are living in. I always believe that we humans, or people on our planet now, in this world, think they are very powerful. When they reach a powerful position, some reach the leaderships of the country, some are rich in their community, and they think they are the most powerful people to be born, to be alive, to be anything. But they forget that we have entire universe. We have the solar system that, in that solar system, we are the tiniest people, like ants. Just like we treat the ants, we are also the ants in the universe, in the solar system. We are nobody. It's just the cycle of time, and you're gone. Whatever you may have achieved, whatever you may have done, whatever you may have imagined and thought, and all the pride and ego and everything is only there till you're alive. After you're dead and gone, there is nothing that remains of you, unless you have done something memorable, unless you have done something good in your life that people remember you by. What do you think?
Yeah, this song moved me a lot. It's another song of Rush which resonates very closely with me, and I do believe that a human being should live their life in such a way that they get a lot of love and respect from others for what they have done and what they haven't done as well. Because what you haven't done also gives you love and respect.
Yeah,
Because
if you haven't done wrong,
Yeah, all criminals, for example, criminals around the world and things like that. So it resonated with me because it's something that I've tried to do. I mean, it's not because of me. It's because of such songs and such music and such books that have been written on this particular topic. It is very, very philosophical, the lyrics.
It is
You
philosophical,
do think about it in different ways. For each person his own, each person will have his own mind, her own thoughts about this particular song. But when it comes to Rush, it is their swan song, and it is probably one of the last songs they made from before they retired. So it says a lot when you have a group of three people who have literally changed the music world with the
Yeah,
music they've
yeah.
created.
Yeah.
You have to listen closely to what they say.
Yeah.
And this is what they have said. This is their final word. This is what they want to leave behind.
Yeah.
We always remember the first and the last thing. For example, most of us will know who was the first person to win or to go on the moon.
Yeah.
We will remember the winner of the 100-meter race at the last Olympics. But we won't remember the second person unless it is from our country or we were keeping an eye on his or her progress. 100-meter male sprint I'm talking about here. So we know Usain Bolt has won. But who's second? Who's third? Who came in last?
We never remember.
You may never remember. Similarly, in lectures and songs and books, having read a lot, having heard a lot of music, I can easily say that the most important things in a book are the first page and the last page. It is said so beautifully in the movie 1,000 Words, starring Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, it's an amazing movie.
So they have to review thousands of books because he's a book agent, a literary agent.
Yeah.
And he says, to a new guy who comes, who's working under him, training under him, he says, don't bother reading all these books page to page. The first page and the last page are the only thing that people read and the only thing that you should read. If you do not find it interesting on the first and last page, don't bother reading it or don't bother signing up that author. The same goes with Rush and The Garden. The last work of theirs, we do not know. I do not know the first work as of now, so I won't mention it. Mm-hmm. But this is one of the last works, or their swan song, so to speak. This is how they lived their life and their professional life. They left behind a legacy that I think is pretty much unmatched in progressive rock. Yeah. Definitely in the world of heavy metal, there may be a few more bands I can talk about and mention who have left a legacy behind or are still going strong.
Yeah, yeah.
But as far as progressive rock goes, which I'm pretty new to, so Dream Theater and Rush, and a bit of Queensryche, one of the albums, I think that's the only exposure I've had. And progressive rock, when it comes to that, I think Rush, the legacy they have left behind after retiring, is just awesome because 24, 25, 26 reactions that we've done, every single song has had an impact on me. It does not happen with most other people. It does not happen with most other musicians, trailers, whatever we reacted to. It does not happen. And I'm saying this after doing 1,100, 1,200 reactions totally in the last 16 month span.
Also, by the last note, I can say now that the person whoever wrote the note, the channel from where we got this video,
Rush
that,
lyrics on screen.
Okay.
Thumbs up to them because I think they are the only channel which has lyric videos for, so far every Rush song that we have reacted to. So it's really, really hard work. Making reactions is one thing. Making lyric videos is also a lot of hard work. Yeah. And they've been doing it for, I think, 10, 12 or years or more on YouTube. So hats off to them. Really, really great work. I don't think I need to talk about them because every person who's a Rush fan will be knowing about this channel.
So what I was mentioning was the age when they started it. A very tender age when they started it, because being only 60 or 61 years and this was already released, The Garden. So they may have started at the age of 20 or maybe below to form that band.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. That's a good point. Yeah. Continue.
Yeah, so they may have been so young when they started. I would love to know the first song. As you said, we don't know the first song or anything that they came out publicly with, because bands practice a lot and do a lot of things. By the time they come out, they are pretty good at everything. So I would love to know that first venture, whatever they did. And again, back to the song, amazing guitaring. It was awesome. Though I couldn't notice much of the drums because the guitaring was so good.
Yeah, it went along with the guitar riffs, so it was difficult to tell on the first listen, but of course it was there.
And there were two voices. I could hear, I don't know if it was the echo of Geddy Lee or it was somebody else also singing along.
Not sure. But one thing I can say, this is the first song I've heard of Rush which has a piano in it.
Yeah.
So it does.
No, Tom Sawyer also had piano in it. He was himself playing it.
Keyboard or piano?
Keyboard. No, I
think that was a keyboard.
Okay.
The first song with the very clear sound of the piano, even if it was there in other of the 24, 25 songs we've reacted to till now, this was the first song I could clearly hear it. And it just made it more,
It was very impactful to the ears. Yeah.
more dramatic, more melancholy,
Yeah.
more, you ponder about it more, you contemplate about it more. That is just the magic of the piano, and I'm happy that in their swan song they have pushed in the piano. It's beautiful.
I could also hear violins. I'm not sure. Maybe my ears.
It could be.
Yeah.
I mean, we would have loved to watch the live performance, but
a lot of instruments were
we
playing.
do know that now that certain rules have changed, so we have to be careful, much more careful than what we have
on
been about
YouTube,
what we react to and what we can't.
Some updates have come in the last
couple of few days only,
Yeah.
and it has already started affecting a lot of channels, not just reaction channels, even cover channels, lyrics channels, and anybody else who's using content in the pretext or in the allowance of fair use.
Well, that's...
Anyway, it's your time to talk.
I know, I am.
We'll take a break and let's see you talk for 10-15 minutes. Give people your mind, share examples, experiences. I've already spoken a lot more than you have, so I don't know what do I say. I mean, you are supposed to control this one.
Yes, I would give an example of related to this song. It's quite common. You may have already heard it, and ever since WhatsApp has been so common for everyone to share things and share messages and share anything that is that's got morals and that's got a story. There was one of those stories that was being circulated that a teacher writes on the blackboard the table of 2 or let's say 3 or whatever, and on the 9th multiple she writes the wrong answer, and then she completes the table in a right order, and all the children in the classroom point out to that 9th order that was wrong immediately, that you have made a mistake on that 9th multiple, otherwise everything is right. So the teacher says, yes, you're right, and I made that mistake on purpose. And I made that mistake just
so it was the teacher who wrote that, not the student.
Not the student. It is the teacher who was writing the table of any number, say, let's say 2. So 2 into 1, 2, and everything she wrote correctly apart from the 9th spot in it, and then 10th one being correct. And she asked the students, can you see it and tell me if it is correct or not? So students they jumped from the chairs and they said the 9th one is wrong because we know the table of 2. All of them knew, and most people do know the table of 2, and they said the 9th one is your wrong answer. We can see it. You're so foolish. You didn't know that 2 into 9 is 18 and you've written something else. So the teacher said, good that you've noticed that, and I made that mistake on purpose just so that you know that even though I have written all the other 9 things correctly, that one thing went in your eyesight instantly. You are the first one to notice that the 9th one is the wrong answer, and the remaining 9 you didn't say that they were correct. And she said that this is the lesson that I would want to give to all of you for today, that in life, no matter how many right things you may do, but that one wrong mistake or one wrong thing, one wrong move that you make lets people judge your entire life. And people forget that you have done so many right things throughout your life, but that one mistake proves very, very costly to all of us.
A very quick example before you think about what you'll speak next on this. For example, my channel Gubog, where we started doing reactions, we were doing so well. We had 5 million minutes of watch time, minutes, and in just a span of 6-7 months. And then we were hit with twin copyright strikes from an Indonesian channel, and we were on the floor. We literally were about to lose our channel because we have also done many more. Just like Rush, we had reacted to around 20 plus videos of that particular channel. So we knew that the third one could be coming within an hour or within. So luckily we were online at that time when we got this notification, and within 10 minutes I had to make a decision. And I decided to take all our videos offline, not just offline as in keep it private or unlisted, delete them. It was a big decision as far as my reaction career goes, because I was taking down videos which had thousands and thousands of views and minutes of watch time.
A lot of hard work.
Lots and lots of hard work, much harder than now. much harder than now. So we were practically taking down 400 odd reactions in just a span of 10 minutes. So I had literally tears in my eyes when I took that decision that I'm going to do this. And after it all got deleted, we had to explain ourselves. And I don't know, in spite of us being one of the best reaction channels around at that time, for the videos that we were reacting to, there were many people in the comments who said you all deserved it. You know, kind of the wording was like you deserved it. You know, you did this wrong and you did that, so you deserve it. And of course, most of the people who were commenting were probably from the fans of the other channel who put those strikes. But even a couple of others, you know, even regular people who came, few of them, I mean, of course, that time there were many regulars, not like now. Now we've learned our lesson and we keep a distance also from people at times. So that time it was a bit different. And since I was at the helm, it was my channel, my name, brand name behind it. I was more, he or she does most of the work. So to make, I mean, just my example to conclude it before you continue. You know, even in spite of all that hard work that we did, the 400 odd reactions, we would react to so many new things. I remember Voice of Mongolia. Nobody on YouTube had bothered about them, reacted to them. We were the first to do it. And we did very well with them.
Yeah, they used to love us. Yeah.
They used to love us. We had maybe
We had a great
30
bond.
plus videos of theirs, maybe 40. Some are still on Enoma because after we lost the case, the dispute for those 2 strikes, we decided to start afresh on a new channel. Or rather, you decided.
Yeah, I did.
And I decided to join you because...
You didn't want to continue.
Yeah, I
anymore.
didn't want to continue because it was... I said, if this is what this platform gives us, to hell with it. So... But then I realized that yes, it is important to continue. We shouldn't just give up. And maybe in looking back, it was a bad decision that I made, you know, to react to those people. So it was sad that, you know, we also made a mistake. And with that one mistake, we lost our entire reputation overnight. I mean, in just the span of 2 hours. So now people think that we lost that channel, or we didn't lose it, it's still active. But people think that we have lost that channel or we have gone down because I don't work on it anymore. It's because we were bad. We took copyrighted things and we did it and we deserved it. So I understand where the lyrics of Rush are coming from. Now you can continue.
You know, by the way, the fact of those things are that those videos that we had done were a lot of people would request for them. They were too much in demand. People would be every day there would be 10-20 comments requesting for those same videos.
But that's what I'm saying. We made a mistake and we paid the price. Our hands
This
got
is
burned.
why we don't
So
rush
I connect
on.
with Garden.
Yeah.
Because when you talk about Rush, coming back to Rush,
Yeah.
and the fact is, in a 45-year long career, I'm not sure if that's the exact number, but I think whatever I
From 68.
know so far through comments or research or listening to them, 40-45 years of being in the industry, I don't think they must have made any major mistakes like we have. And we've just been there, we were just there for a few months. So that shows how incredible their workmanship is, their skills are, their mind, how they thought about things. It also shows the kind of team that they had,
The team there.
supporting them backstage on every tour, the recording companies that were managing the marketing and sales of the albums. But it is incredible. You can talk about it like a business. I mean, I've studied a lot about business. It's incredible. It's incredible. I don't want to go on and on because it will, whatever experiences I share are experiences that connect with me. So it may not connect with the song directly, but indirectly it does. But then not everyone is a counselor like me to connect the dots that easily. So let's continue with your analysis of it.
As the last note said by the channel, that they have done 19 or 20 albums in their career of 38 or 39 years, 37 or 38 years, is amazing. Just like you said, it shows the kind of discipline they had. It shows the kind of commitment they had for, towards each other, for their music, for the love of the music, and for the care of the people that they were producing the music for. And I like this, and I really admire it, the way fans of Rush, they come here on our channel. We are third person, we aren't even from Canada, but they come here and they want to represent Rush in every possible way, and in the best way possible they do it. And this is kind of respect and love that you want to get for yourself when you
when you retire, when you
are
pass
on your
away,
way
when
out.
you leave a place, a club, or
So
anything.
they have done this job fabulously. They have shown everybody else, they are leading by example, that this is how you do it. And we all, as people who follow them, we should take a leaf from their book, and we should also do similar things like they have done, because this is an amazing, incredible work done by them. I'm not sure if it is the last one, completely last song of theirs or last album, but they should come out with 1-2 more at least for us.
For us.
For us, as in for everyone, not just two of us.
How selfish is that? Yeah.
No. So yeah,
No,
it's
they know
the
they
eagerness.
left on a high note. They left at the right time. You can't really, when you watch how they drummed and guitared, and
Yeah, it's not easy.
it's not easy to do it for that
not
long.
easy,
No,
yeah.
I don't think they're that group of 3 people for that long in the industry. I mean, I've heard a lot, seen a lot, been there also, not just seen and heard. I've actually been there in the industry in some way or another in my professional life as a trainer and counselor and things like that. So it is incredible. I mean, for me, that is the major and biggest thing to talk about or take away from their swan song. The fact that they've been in this career, in this life. We all have one life, it was said so beautifully in that.
In the song as well,
In
it
the
says.
song it says, as well as in the movie, welcome to the, what's that? Jumanji, welcome to the
Jumanji,
jungle,
yeah.
the second part. We all have only one life, it is said in that. It's not like a video game or a game where you have 3 lives. In life, real life, we have only one life.
Yeah.
We are not Jesus Christ, we are not anybody else who's going to attain nirvana, who's going to attain salvation and come back on the 3rd day or 4th day or whatever. So we all have one life. So it's incredible, in a span of this one life, 3 people got together and created such an history that will go down in the history books of music, in the history books of entertainment, of inspiration perhaps, because when the deeper we go into the lyrics and the way the music is crafted, we will easily compare them to the greatest people of our times. If we talk about Mark Twain and Shakespeare, the same way in the future people will talk about Rush. So Rush will be the future Mark Twain's and Shakespeare. Just like Bob Dylan got a Nobel Peace Prize a couple of years ago, right? Last year or a couple of years ago. The same way Rush also deserves,
They do.
all 3 of them deserve separate peace prizes. Because they all have done incredible amounts in all their songs, where they're talking about domestic violence. And they do it in small parts, so you don't actually realize its value. Like the good-mannered, good-demeanored gentlemen that they are from Canada, they have never overdone anything, and that is what I respect the most about them. And I'm saying this because I have been exposed to a lot of music, and I know when people are faking it, when people overdo it, when people are showing off.
And when people genuinely do it.
Yeah, so anything that they do so far, whatever I've seen in the lyrics, is very mild. So at times we overlook it, It takes years and perhaps a lifetime for the people who are giving out awards to understand that this had such a great significance in the life of a Rush fan. They realize it many years later. So, and maybe they may not even realize it.
Some people may
Yeah,
not.
so, that is how life is, I guess. But the fact is, for me, I'm talking so much because I didn't realize it would be this kind of a song. So
I
I'm
trapped
very,
him.
very sorry about it. But either way, she's not talking too much anyway, as you can see. So that's why I have to step up to the plate and do my thing. But the fact is, for me, it's all about this incredible legacy that Rush has left behind. We are still babies in the world of Rush. I think they have close to 200 songs, maybe more. We have only heard 25, 26 of them.
it.
Yeah. So there's a long way to go, and I am going to try, if I'm alive in the next few months and fit, definitely I'm going to try to not just listen to it but react to it, analyze it as a counselor and music lover as well as a trainer, and share our experiences, because maybe everyone who comes here is not a Rush fan.
Yeah.
You have to understand both our points of view. Everyone who comes to our channel is not a fan of that musician. We do various things. So often on, in fact, 1/10 of our visitors, I would say, on this particular video will not be a Rush fan. Maybe an Iron Maiden fan, maybe a Nightwish fan, maybe a Sabia fan, maybe a Vachenyo fan, maybe a person from Hong Kong, maybe a person from Nepal. We've done Voice of Nepal.
Yeah.
Maybe a person from Romania. We've done so many reactions. 15, 20 reactions of Romanian talent, musicians. So, it could be from anywhere. So, we are not just talking to you. We have to present something which will be understood at a global level.
Yes.
So, that is why I give my experiences. That is why she shares her thoughts. That is why we talk as a counselor. Because we know to see things, or we are trained to see things which most others can't. It's as simple as that. If you have a brain tumor, would you rather have a child specialist operate on your brain tumor, or a person who's an expert in removing tumors in the brain? In other words, a neurosurgeon. Would you rather go to a neurosurgeon or a gynecologist? So similarly, when we react to music, we are giving our views in a way, in a manner that anyone on YouTube or that matter social media cannot give you unless they are counselors. So we may not give a view what they can give. Perhaps they are expert musicians. Perhaps they are vocalists. Perhaps they are songwriters. We can't do what they do. And we won't even try. We don't want to waste our time. We can do what they can't do, and they can do perhaps what we can't do. So either ways, you have the freedom to choose. If you feel that our interpretation, our analysis is off key, you have always got the button to close the window, close your browser, close the app, or go to another channel and view theirs. Unfortunately, in the case of Rush, more than 10 of the reactions we've done are to songs which nobody else has reacted to so far. And that itself is a shame. It's a real shame.
It's alright, I guess. Most people don't want to get into very
they can't do what we do. They can't talk.
Intense music.
They can't talk. And they can't talk sense. They cannot connect the dots.
So, most of the people like the glamour part of the music. They like the, heavy metal. If they are rock fans, they like heavy metal music. And most of the time they tend to ignore the lyrics, because the lyrics are something that you need to understand to explain. And so many people may not understand. So how?
And not that we also understand. I don't always get it.
Not that we are claiming it. Yeah.
I don't always get it, and I'm honest enough to say it at that time that I only got this, and I'll only talk about this, because I don't always get it, and neither does she. So we actually discuss it later. Sometimes we watch it many more times together,
we get the point
or separately, and then we realize that this is it. This is it. That was it.
Exactly it
we
was.
Should have said this. Or when somebody comments, one of you all places a comment, we realize, we understand better. If only we knew this earlier. But we don't, because
we can't do it first time.
Honest enough. Yeah, we can't do it first time. And if we do that research also first time, then we are not honest to the craft. The maximum research we do before the recording starts is making a lyric video, and even that is not done by hearing the song. It is done in Audacity because it happens in 5 minutes. So I do it in Audacity because I'm a trained audiobook creator. So I do it in Audacity because I just see where the gaps are, and I realize that this is where this goes. So I don't even need to, I just compare it very quickly with the first line. So sometimes we even get it wrong. It's only in the editing phase that I put it together properly. I try to put it together properly. So people think that, we've created the lyric video, I've been through it. I have not been through it at all. We are that honest to our craft. And if I've heard a song, like in the case of Tom Sawyer and another song, which was that?
When they are played in
movies. They are played in movies, even certain parts I do mention it.
Yeah.
I'm honest enough to say I have heard it. I have possibly heard it many times also. So I'm not going to lie. And in her case, she's actually not heard any of this music, because I have not even got a collection of any of Rush's songs right now, and I'm dying to buy or I'm dying to get it as a gift from
As a
somebody,
gift.
one of my
As a gift.
rich relatives in Canada and USA and UK. If you're watching this reaction, or even in India, please think about the festivals coming up and make sure you get me one of these albums or DVDs live of Rush or any of the other music that we've been reacting to. Your final thoughts, Kirti. I've dominated again, and not that I intend on dominating, it's just that we have to do justice to our reaction, and at times my experience, my counseling experience, training experience, music listening experience, book reading experience. Not many people know. Now you'll know that I've read more than 4,000 books. And I know this figure because I've given summaries to more than 1,000 of them years ago for a content client. So I've actually read 4,000 books, maybe not cover to cover, but I do have an idea about them. Covering from novels to marketing to business to religion to music to biographies to practically most topics under the sun I've read at some point or the other. And I still read, but though I prefer ebooks and audiobooks now because I want to save the planet. She has studied a lot. She has been to good schools, good colleges, graduated in commerce, mastered in commerce, done guidance and counseling course with us, with our institute, and she is very well learned, and she has great experience growing up in a village environment, growing up in a city, growing up with a different lot of people living around her and things like that. I grew up differently. I grew up in one building where I was just with the family for the first 12 years of my life. The only time I saw other people was at school.
And I've grown up with people like 150 people under one roof.
Anyway, we'll have to end it quickly.
Yeah.
So your final take.
So
Last 1 minute is yours.
just to clear everything, that he talks more, I may talk less. If I talk and I talk for 2 videos, I'll promise you that you all will be writing it to us in your comments that let the guy speak. We don't want to hear you anymore. So this is what may happen. So I don't want to take that humiliation, and I don't want to be put in that spot.
Yeah, but let's finish with the song
let's
Garden.
finish with
What
the
is
song.
your interpretation of it? I said what I felt. It is all
No.
about the legacy. I'm just awestruck by the legacy of Rush. And I say it very, very honestly. You can look into my eyes thousands of times and I'll still say it. And even if they've done a bad song along the way, which I've not heard so far, but I'm sure there are a few songs which have lyrics which may not relate to people. For example, with me, Faithless was the one which I didn't connect with at all, because I'm a very religious
And I
person.
loved it.
And that was the first video where we started getting dislikes. So it has definitely people didn't like the fact about what I said in that or you said in that. But that's life. I mean, I don't care about those dislikes really. It doesn't matter to me. I'm happy when we get a few dislikes because it says that, at least people are watching our videos.
Yeah.
So thanks for adding to our minutes, because you cannot give a dislike
Unless
just
you
like
watched
that.
it, yeah.
At least for a minute. So thanks to YouTube for putting in rules and such in place that the dislike is removed if you haven't watched it. So anyway, what is your thing? Final take on the song. Let's not talk about
the
us.
song, yes.
Let's not talk about me, about Gobot,
Let me speak.
about the fans.
Yes.
You speak 2 minutes only because the camera will go off.
Yes. The best part of the song is that Rush chose this to be one of the last songs, or the last song, because when you're saying goodbye to this world, this is the best way you can say goodbye, because this is what people will remember. Just like the first and the last page of the book, people will remember you by this, at least, that you believed in these qualities, you believed in these values. And there are so many people who learn from Rush to be good humans, to do good things, so that they're remembered tomorrow by their good deeds. What a way to tell your followers, tell your fans. You are not preaching them directly. You're doing it and they are following it. So it is leading by example one more time, that you show the way and people will follow if they want to. And this is the best thing they could do. I mean, all the songs that we have done, they all have some message or the other. As you said, they put it in such a way that it is not direct, but we get the point. And we get the point from where they are coming.
Yeah.
And how fine human beings they are, to take care of it. Most times when people are in this industry, fame and glamour and music and everything, they forget their responsibility. They tend to forget their responsibility, and that is the result why so many of them get into drugs and some of them die so young, and reckless things that they do. Most of the musicians get into all that. That's not
true.
a good example to give to people or your fans.
That's the worst example.
That's the worst example. Learn from this band. 3 people, but they maintained it for this long.
Yeah, 4 decades.
4 decades. It's
Or
not a
more.
small time. 4 years for new musicians is difficult to contain it, and they contain the fame. They just can't take it.
Yeah.
It just goes above.
It's amazing.
This is amazing what they have done, what
Yeah.
they have showed people, and they should be getting that
And
3-piece prize that you're talking
Recently,
about.
since
They're an
rules-
example.
Since rules have changed on this platform, this may be a swan reaction.
Hey,
So, if that is the case, we too want to leave our legacy behind with the way we did reactions.
yes.
We did it honestly, we did it first time. Almost 99.9% of our reactions are first time. The only, as I said, when we have heard the song, I can't lie. I know that the work that we have done is done with a clean heart, a good intention. It's been professional, it's been ethical. We react under the clause of fair use, which is globally a universal law as of now. So I'm very happy with the work that we have done, and I hope that our Rush reactions specifically and other music reactions of others where we have done 10 plus reactions of one artist, I hope that when you all watch these reactions you'll realize that we too did a good job. And it's a small job compared to 45 years of
Yeah.
Rush. It's just 4.5 months you can say over here on this channel, or 7-8 months. So it's nothing. But I hope that you realize that we're not doing it with any bad intention. We're not doing it even to promote our skills. There are many people out there who keep promoting what they are good at or their skills. We have not done it. So far, I don't think we've told you to come for a counseling session. In a video, we've not told you directly to come and these are our rates or advertise our services. We've never done that. And we have not done any such thing about our courses either. So we've been very honest to this particular hobby. And I hope in time, just like Rush, we can leave a legacy for this particular field. I've already done enough in the training field for me to be, already, there are many people who are grateful to me. But in reactions, I hope that when we both are done, our swan reaction, that people remember us for the way we spoke in this reaction and all the others that we have done of Rush. And of others too, not just Rush. But so that's about it.
Yeah, this is us being as honest as possible, and looking forward to your thoughts in the comments. Please share them, and thanks for watching.
I get scared of saying that nowadays.
No.
Sharing your thoughts. But yes, this is a song about Rush, not about us.
Yeah, it's not
so
about
we
us.
have to take a back seat. It's not about our reactions. It's not about whether they like me, they think I'm ugly, fat, stupid, whether they think we are very bad people. We are Indians, so we are down, looked upon, So it's not about who we are, where we come from, what we are doing. It's about Rush.
It's a tiny
It's
world.
about the garden. It's about this. So do yourselves and us a favor and stick to whatever connected with this reaction and this song. Thank you. Zindabad. Rush Zindabad means Rush live forever, and Dhanyavad. Thank you.